Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
NKELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors, the Kawasaki KX450 built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out today at Sahara Motors and let the good times roll. More record-breaking temperatures forecast to continue, with today's high around 75 degrees and 25 degrees warmer than normal on Wednesday. White Pine County Commission will meet Wednesday at 9 a.m. at the historic courthouse in Ely. We will broadcast that meeting live right here. Commissioners will hear a major update from NB Energy on local projects, including the Greenlink North Transmission Project. They'll also consider possible legal action tied to the Pine Valley Water Supply Project, including an appeal to federal land authorities. The board will also consider will interview candidates for golf course director. They may approve a salary range and extend a job offer. Elected officials also set to bring forward several items, including an agreement involving the 7th Judicial District Court, staffing support for the county finance department, and appointments to the local Emergency Planning Commission. Commissioners may also approve sending representatives to the Nevada State Fair this June and consider a proclamation recognizing April as Donate Life Month. White Pine County Sheriff's deputies handling a variety of calls on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. On Thursday, deputies responded to domestic disturbances, including one involving a subject who attempted self-harm and was taken to a healthcare facility. Another case ended with the parties separating. An arrest made when Daniel R. Johnson of Ruth taken into custody on a warrant. Deputies also handled trespassing, a parking lot crash, and several welfare checks. On Friday, 2 fraud cases reportedly involving callers impersonating law enforcement. A child's motorcycle reported stolen and remains under investigation. Deputies also responding to vandalism calls, threats at a local business, and multiple welfare checks. One arrest reported Costin B. Burgett for a probation violation. On Saturday, calls included an intoxicated subject, a dog bite with the animal placed in quarantine, a vehicle versus deer crash, and a small RV park fire quickly extinguished. Deputies also handled property damage, a domestic disturbance, and a reckless driver report that was turned over to state police. Those arrested innocent until convicted in a court of law. Ely City Council meets Thursday, 5 o'clock in the Volunteer Fire Hall. Mayor will convene the Liquor Licensing Board, considering a Class 4 liquor license for the Music Box Bar on Altman Street. Council will also sit as the Gaming Licensing Board to review a license for the William Hill Race and Sportsbook. Tree board recommendations include possibly changing planned downtown street trees and proclaiming May 7th as Arbor Day with a community tree planting event. In new business, the council will consider a 3-year police protection agreement with White Pine County, appoint a substitute municipal judge, set pay for pro tem judges, and authorize a request for a proposal for a conflict prosecutor. In other news from the state, Andrea Lowe, a 7th-generation Nevadan, says she's staying in the race for Congress, that despite pressure to step aside. Lowe, who recently filed to run in Nevada's 2nd Congressional District, revealed in a March 22nd Facebook post she had been asked to withdraw so others could decide who should move forward. Lowe rejected that request, saying the decision should rest with voters, not political insiders. In her post, Lowe says she believes Nevadans deserve a real choice at the ballot box, is asking for public support. As her campaign continues, she also emphasized voters are just getting started, adding, quote, "Let's take our voice back." Nevada Independent reporting this morning, political attacks ramping up in the Nevada governor's race, focusing on Attorney General Aaron Ford and his travel record. Supporters of the governor say they've spent more than $500,000 on ads labeling Ford a frequent flyer, citing time spent out of the state. A review found Ford has spent at least 322 days out of the state since 2019. It's almost a year, with that number potentially rising to around 420 days when additional travel is considered. Much of that travel tied to conferences and meetings with national attorney general groups, including conferences in Qatar, Israel, and Geneva. Ford's campaign declined to comment in detail, while critics continue to question the political impact. Analysts say it's unclear how much the issue will resonate with voters, especially this early in the election cycle. The criticism comes as both sides begin shaping their campaigns ahead of the next gubernatorial race. At 8:21 for Sahara Motors, that's a check of news from White Pine County and the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.